Hello all, I'm here now. Sorry about running a tad bit late. I got held up at work actually. Dealing with our IT department. But I'm here now, ready to play. It also means I got the queue started a little bit late, so hopefully it doesn't take forever to get in game. Illusion, you really have a fascist sense of punctuality, is the best way to describe that. Either way, hello to both of you, Lexabite and Illusion. Glad you're here. Whew. So it may take us a moment to get in game here, and while we're waiting on that, I was just recently watching the VOD on Zoros's most recent stream from 2 days ago. Also a Terra Mystica player. If you've found me, then you probably already know about this guy. But just in case he's out there, Zoros BG, he's on my recommended channel list if you ever feel like taking a look. Very, very strong player. And I was sort of amused by the second game because the matchup fell, the chips fell down with these races. It had Darklings, Engineers, Cultists, and Swarmlings. And what amused me about this so much was that I've heard talk that this was renowned for being a fairly balanced matchup in the Snellman tournament era. And it just isn't, if you take a look. Statistically it's overwhelmingly Engineer favored. And to take them down past Darklings, in terms of expected result, they have to be offset by like 13 points in the bidding. It's truly an enormous amount. It was just very surprising to me. Like, it was particularly overwhelming in that one game, but like, just to see how trivial it was for Engineers in the matchup. If you take a look at, here we go. Let's take a look at the map for this game. Yeah, okay, so here's the map over here. You figure like Cultists, they're always gonna start on this hex. And Engineers here, and then either blue faction's gonna take this one, and Engineers are gonna get sandwiched right in between taking all the power. And you look over on this side, and Darklings will be here, Cultists over here, Engineers there, and the Darklings might even choose their other location start hexes here, and even the Swarmlings might still choose a start hex right here. Like, it's just kind of insane how much stuff you're in the middle of. You gain so much power that it's not out of the question to open on Engineers with 2 temples and 2 dwellings, which is an entire dwelling more than like what Engineers usually hope for as an optimal opening. It's just disgusting. So like, I don't really know what my point is in this, but I'm not trusting the hearsay on these matchups anymore. Sort of just using smart game playing, decision making heuristics seems like a much wiser move than the hearsay. He benches a lot? I mean, maybe. Kind of a scrawny guy, but I did just call him strong, so could be the case. Oh, we got some progress. Okay, now we're the progress bar claims that we're halfway there, and yet I see we only have 1/3 of our opponents found. Yeah, it's definitely very informative to just sit down and think in a matchup about how close are you to color neighbors on the terraforming wheel, and then also in the opening moves, where is all the power transfer gonna happen? It definitely makes you can predict how an awful lot of matchups are gonna flow solely off of those two variables. Chaos Magicians OP. Yeah, you wish. We all wish. Chaos Magicians are fun. They're actually like reasonably good in the right matchups. They have swingier matchups than a lot of races because of they're pretty reliant for having good openings on being able to take the center mountain hex, and that's just straight up impossible if you play against dwarves or engineers. They're always going to start there. It's even difficult against certain other factions, like the witches and the Aran are the primary factions that would move in and take that hex away. But I'll keep an eye out. Like if another chance to play Chaos Magicians without being in terrible shape drops upon us, we won't miss it. Which is not to say that every game is an opportunity. Come on, one more, getting really close. Whew. Honestly, I'm glad you're all here tonight. It's been a hectic day at work for me, and I just got here, ran into my room to start the stream and not be too late about it. So I'm taking a moment to kind of decompress and get ready for this. It's definitely going to be more relaxing than the rest of today has been. I've been playing some games off screen, which isn't, I don't know, I haven't done a lot of it previously, but it's been going pretty well, so I'm sort of feeling more confident after that slight downturn where we lost a few games in a row. I'm seeing a lot of, oh my gosh, I see it too, Illusion. I know, oof. I wish I had like a little sword emoji to end this line with, but I don't, so it'll have to make good as is. Yep, yeah, that is exactly what I thought, Illusion. We'll see how this goes down. That is exactly the emote that I needed, Lexabyte. Okay, Lexabyte kind of wants a breakdown on race balance. Let me offer Evil Hamster one more taunt, and then I'll sort of run down the list on them. Okay. Okay. Alright, Lexabyte. It's very universally agreed that the best race in the game is the Darklings. Definitely the strongest. So kind of the thing that makes them so good is that they play like any other vanilla race with the following modifications. Their exchange rate to do a hard dig action, like a dig that isn't granted via these options, just where you spend raw resources to do it. For most races, that's 3 workers for 1 dig. The Darklings do it for 1 priest, which is actually a really, really good dig rate. And on top of that, every time they do it for a priest, they score 2 points. So, yeah, very powerful faction. They do start with 2 fewer workers to compensate. Oh, also their Sanctuary generates 2 priests a turn instead of 1. So, they just have this giant stream of points and digs coming their way. Next best faction is the Engineers, and that's sort of been talked about a lot on stream, how the biggest reason for why they're so powerful is all their incomes and all of their costs are reduced. And that means that external income sources anyone could have gotten, like cult rewards or the things from these bonus tiles or rewards from favors, those are all those fixed income things buy more as the Engineers, so it just kind of lets them do a little more. Third best faction, Mermaids. They just kind of come out of the gate swinging strong, and their passive ability lets them form towns much more fluidly on a lot more setups. So they don't have to do as much digging, and they start at 1 shipping, so it's a little easier to connect up. And they can just kind of be all the places they want to be. So those are the top 3. Past that, you'll find some more disagreement. I noticed you cited Halflings as a good faction. They're actually kind of mediocre. Halflings rely on points for digging in round 4 or round 3. They want it as late as possible, but there's a special rule a lot of players might not be aware of, that points for digging can only occur as late as round 4. It can never come after. It's the only card with a stipulation like that. So Halflings want it on round 4. If it's on round 3, they're kind of an okay faction. If it's on round 4, they're a good faction. Anywhere else, and they're like a joke bad faction. Let's see. Let's figure out who we want here before I keep doing this analysis. So you have tons of coins available to people, very few workers, extra spades coming in. So definitely not an alchemist kind of game. We do have the priest tile in. Oh, we also have temp ship, and we could definitely play Mermaids and start with the temp shipping card, and then just have our way with this dwelling scoring thing. That could be kind of a riot. And then we would naturally want to get a temple on round 2 anyway, and where, there it is, it scores points. Yeah, and all the coins. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, Mermaids, get your butt in there. We'll see what else may come. Oh, you've been wanting to see this opening that I've discussed. Yes, I will show you. It's pretty exciting, I think. This is also just not a bad move because I personally don't use the Swarmlings quite as well, so it's nice to push them out. Okay, so Witches, kind of an okay faction. I'm just reading down the list of ones you cited as good. Nomads and Witches are just kind of okay. Alchemists also just kind of okay. For the Witches, their flexibility helps a lot. They do have a nice stronghold power and an innate scoring mechanism. Nomads just get lots of free terraform, and they start with extra income in the form of a 3rd dwelling, which also gives them a 3rd placement on the map. Alchemists can spend their score. Yeah, all of them are just sort of okay factions. So, but you asked specifically, what makes the bad factions bad? So let's talk about that. There are definitely 3, classic bad factions. That you could point at a lot of others as being lower tier, but these 3 really stand apart from the rest as being, concertedly worse. So, those factions are Giants, Fakirs, and Orin, in no particular order. You'll get disagreements from people about which is actually the worst. So, what makes the Giants bad? The thing that makes the Giants bad is that their passive ability is the only one that's a drawback. And you might think, like, well, what benefit did they have that was so powerful they needed a passive drawback? And the answer is none. None. Just the developer wasn't smart enough to figure out that this passive was a drawback. Yeah, it's pretty rough. So, the passive ability is that they require exactly 2 spades to terraform any non-red space into a red space. Which is kind of cool because it makes them really path independent, and so you can make your game plan about, like, cutting other people off and being a big bully. But it's so bad because other races terraform them for 1 dig, 2 digs, or 3 digs. So you could say, well, on average that's 2 digs, but no, it isn't. Because if you're playing smart at all, you will choose the spaces to be yours that cost less to terraform. So the average cost of a terraforming is like, I don't even know, like 1.3 digs, 1.4 digs, something like that. Whereas Giants are, they always pay 2. So that's pretty rough. In fact, if you directly compare them to the Nomads, their stronghold does the same thing as the Nomads. It just gives them a free terraform space to red every turn. But they start with 1 less dwelling, which is also less income. And then if they want to use any other sources of terraform, it's just so expensive. It's really crazy. What makes the Orin bad? Okay, what makes the Orin bad is, like, basically their stronghold is just another temple, and they don't have a passive ability. Yeah, another thing where, you would have thought the designer could figure it out, right? Surely. That, like, no ability in a slot where everyone else had an ability really could have been a tip-off. But nope, they did not deduce this. And then our last bad faction is the Fakirs. And the Fakirs have some nifty stuff going. Okay. Well, this sucks. Now we lose rating for no reason whatsoever. We're gonna lose a lot, too. Because BGA... Wait, what? What's going on here? Yeah, it's gonna make it sound like I won, and then it's gonna eat my rank. Because that's what BGA does when you tie people, which is obnoxious. No, I'm not playing out a one-on-one on stream. Yep, there we go. We dropped 4 spots. And some extra rank. It's kind of lame. Alright, first to select. So, what's in here? We have tons and tons of coins in the bonus tiles. We also have 3 scoring tiles. The spade is in, the priest is not. But temporary shipping is in. So sorry I didn't get to play that 2 shipping mermaid dwelling rush for you, Illusion. It's pretty cool to see. Alright, so this build sequence seems pretty, like, whatever you do, you're gonna do a temple start, you're gonna spam as many dwellings as you can for 2 rounds, then you're gonna upgrade them all into trading posts. So who's naturally fitting that pattern? That's actually a pretty strong pattern for alchemists. Just because they don't have to worry about coin income in the early game. They're happy to just trade points for coins. So they want just as many dwellings as they can possibly get. No priest tile is a bit of a bummer for an alchemist start, though. It could still be made to work. perhaps. Could also do a one shipping alchemist start if we start here and then like maybe do digging across or something. There's some ways to make this happen. Yeah, I'd be happy enough playing this out as Darklings also, but I have a feeling that other people will overbid for Darklings. This is just often the way of it. Illusion, that's disgusting, but good to know. If I'm not on stream, then that is a tactic I will employ. Because we are all about getting that 500 rating. Alright, anyone else here that would be especially interesting? So if we pick engineers here, they can get 2 temples on the first round, but it's going to be pretty hard to make like a good start of it. Because, first chair, they're not going to get access to preferred bonus cards. So coming up with a worker and 3 coins and a spade is like no bonus card actually helps on multiple of those objectives. Indeed they are. We could contemplate halflings since it's round 3 spades, but I don't know that I'm super gung-ho about playing that. I think I'm probably happy enough to just chuck in alchemists and make do with whatever comes, if we even get them. We might not. Alright, engineers going straight in. Okay, so what makes the fakirs so bad? I hadn't covered that one. Fakirs do have an interesting niche thing. Which is that they do not have shipping capability at all. Instead, they just fly places on carpets. So what does this mean in a mechanical sense? Well, it means you never have to or get to upgrade your shipping. But usually the have to is the bigger worry there. It means that you're probably going to be automatically connected for final scoring from the get-go. And you can get places without upgrading shipping. But every time you skip spaces to fly somewhere, you have to pay a priest to do it. And then you get 4 points out of the deal. And the range on the flight is 2, but there's a number of ways you can upgrade that. So, typically you'll want to make it 3 as quickly as is possible, and then you just jump around between all the yellow spaces without digging anymore. You just carpet fly everywhere. So what about this is bad? Well, nothing innately is really so bad about that ability. The problem is just that fakirs have like nothing else going for them. Their stronghold and sanctuary are outrageously expensive for no real reason. Yellow is one of the worst situated colors on the map. And the reason that punishes fakirs a lot, but not nomads, is that the nomad stronghold power can instantly terraform something. So they don't care as much. But the fakirs still have to deal with the fact that yellow is not greatly distributed on the map. Okay, how do we want to handle this? So, unfortunately, as alchemists, center town is going to be brutally hard. Because nomads will probably start here and mermaids there. So, like, we're not getting a sanctuary town in the middle. We could start with a temple over here and absorb a lot of power in a triangle in this position. It's possible if nomads chose to start here, they might do this power triangle, but that's a lot less good for nomads. So, like, the situation shouldn't be too bad in terms of what power we can take early as alchemists. It also shouldn't... I don't... I suppose there is the possibility of getting left out by this triangle early as engineers. Mermaids should have a pretty good amount no matter what. Yeah, probably it's right to just grab engineers to start. They are the strongest in the abstract, and nothing on this setup is particularly bad for them. They do start effectively a few points up from this temple scoring round 1, since they're the only faction that will build a double temple on the first turn ever. Yeah, fakirs are kind of neat, but their stuff just costs so much, and for some reason they're also not allowed to upgrade their digging. Other races can, fakirs just don't get to. Fakirs also, they just start with less power in their bowls than everyone else. Again, for no discernible reason. It's like the designers just hated these people, and so they just, they went through and systematically punished everything and made it too expensive. But the innate mechanic itself is cool. And the mechanic works really well with their special faction tile, the flight school, which gives them 2 coins every time they do a carpet flight. So this allows for some interesting spammy strategies in the late game that are kind of nifty. I have to know. I'm left wondering about this Deep Finesse guy. Is Deep Finesse a bridge player? He probably is. And I know my audience probably doesn't know enough about that game to know how I would be able to observe that. But, Deep Finesse is the name of one of the best bridge double dummy play bots. And bridge is near and dear to my heart, as I did it professionally for a while. Alright, now this is starting to get to the point where we can wonder about taking Alchemists. By the way, there's no way I'm taking Nomads on this. Not a big fan. Okay, I mean there is a way. If people are willing to bid these to crazily low numbers, I'll wing it on Nomads, but nope. That's probably not gonna happen. Alright, let's keep pushing on engineers. It seems okay. I still assume I'm getting 1-upped here. But, falling back to, Alchemists on 30 seems fine. Honestly, Mermaids at 24 is very tempting, too. Illusion, how could avocado be a pineapple? It's named avocado. Yes, it has an avatar of a pineapple, but, this is not a self-portrait of me. I mean, actually, it looks a surprising amount like me at the moment, now that my hair has gotten so long during Corona quarantine. But, it wasn't drawn with the intention that it should look like me. So, people's avatars don't have to be them. And then, there's also, on top of that, look, am I an hourglass right now just because my icon changed to one when it's my turn? Is that how that works? So, I have a lot of reasons to believe that avocado is in fact an avocado and not a pineapple. Where to bid? This is tricksome. Let's see, how are the bonus cards gonna fall? The spade is going away to Nomads. Mermaids could start on a bunch of these, but if I were them, I'd probably take like 6 money. And engineers may well snap up this soul worker card. This is actually going to be a little rougher as alchemists just because of the lack of workers from bonus cards. It's going to be a little bit slow kicking us off in the beginning. This may be a reason to jump on the mermaids and just build dwelling after dwelling after dwelling. I don't know. I really don't. Having a look at the cults, I see Water Cult pays out twice. That could also be a reason to play as mermaids, because then a single priest pays both cult rewards. Though, making giant moves on the Earth cult also going to be quite rewarded. Other cults barely pay out this game. It's going to be very Earth and water centric. You know, these rewards are yet more reason not to play Alchemist, so I've kind of talked myself out of wanting them here. I think I'm pretty happy to just saddle up with Engineers at 19. Okay. Well, we're gonna have to figure this out again, because Avocado had the same idea. And honestly, I think Deep Finesse has a hard problem where to bid in here. Like, if the discrepancy gets to be enough, I will take the Alchemist. That's not gonna be a problem for me, if I have to do that. But the fact that the mermaids keep coming down commensurately with engineers is, that's a lot of reason to keep bidding the engineers. It's possible, actually, that this bonus tile setup is so rough for the alchemists that they are the worst faction of the bunch here. It would not shock me to hear that. We might be getting in the territory now where I just sign up for Alchemists at 30. It could still be alright. Like, even though we don't have the worker bonus tiles to help kickstart ourselves early as the Alchemists, what we do get is lots of scoring tiles to reap later. And in particular, we can start reaping dwelling and shipping scoring faster than the other races. Except maybe mermaids. It's still a little underwhelming, though. At this point, I might actually be inclined to jump on mermaids as the next pick. That seems pretty reasonable. It's like, alchemists liable to upgrade digging, and nomads can cheat a lot of their digs later by using their stronghold power. So like, mermaids and engineers should have a little bit extra easier access to digging than usual, just because the power action should stay open and the spade is there too. I think I'm gonna mermaids for 19. Let's do it. I expect to be outbid here, but who knows? Up, there it is. And down these races go. Down, down, down. We can take enough power at the start as alchemists off in the corner. We're first chair, so it should be pretty straightforward to get this priest action too. Let's see, how is this gonna unfold? It seems unlikely Nomads would take this quickly enough to be a problem. And Mermaids may well not have interest in digging it either, just because they'll probably start in these two posts. Or, actually, Mermaids will probably start here as their first dwelling, and then they'll wait to drop their second one based on whether I take this hex or not. Because it is actually kind of a big block to them if I grab like that. Yeah, there's a lot of desire for those races, and I can't say I super blame them. I'm actually starting to think maybe engineers at 13 is the play here. Let's do it. And this comes back to me again at this point. Look, okay, someone else was finally talked into not engineers. I may yet get bid out on engineers. We'll see. Yep, there it is. Okay. So, what now? Am I interested in driving down the Mermaids? This is probably a reasonable spot to take Nomads. Let's have a look at the forecastings. Let's look at only the more recent seasons. The data's definitely better in those. Okay. There we go. Engineers. Oh, not swarmlings. We want mermaids. Engineers, alchemists, and who's our fourth? It's Nomads. Where are you, Nomads? There we go. Okay. So 19's not a bad sample. And yeah, engineers winning by a lot. Well, let's input these weightings. So 18 points docked for engineers and 14 docked for mermaids. Yeah, okay. At those discrepancies, the claim is that Nomads are winning by a good chunk. So that is kind of what my intuition would have thought here. And, niche. What favor would we open on as Nomads if we assume that Earth 1 disappears as the first option? At that point, it might just be reasonable, since we know we have to complete some dwelling spams after that, to take Fire 1 and just roll with it. I don't know what's the right play here. There's also some worry about actually catching a center town here. I guess we'd have to race engineers down to this bottom hex. Probably starting here, here, and honestly, if I start here, I'll pick up a neighbor quickly enough. Alchemists will wind up trying to come this way, or mermaids will, is very plausible. Yeah, okay, we can play Nomads. Fine. Surprise nomad game. I hate it already. Hate you, Nomads. I hate myself for picking Nomads. Hating life. I would have rather fight an evil hamster. Okay, everyone knew engineers would start on these 2 points. There's no surprises there. It's very unfortunate it is 4th chair that I'm going to have to drop 2 of these before I see everyone's second dwellings. Here I'm at least going to get a neighbor, and this is definitely a viable town. So we know I want this one. Is it for certain that I want this? That's not actually super clear. No, I guess I want it whether alchemists start here or not. So I'll just take the quote standard nomad start locations, and kind of drop the surprise one later. Oh, we did get mermaids here. Alchemists has big game if they cut this spot. That's it hurts mermaids so unbelievably badly to take this start hex and then get cut out of this one. So this is the safer course if there's a black faction in and they haven't placed their last dwelling. But I do hope it happens. If it happens, then all 3 of us gain a lot of power, which is nice justification for not going with engineers. Oh yeah, okay. We're in the money. And yeah, it's Dire Docks illusion. Okay, so we can take a lot of power, and engineers are going to struggle a little because they're not going to get the early power. And mermaids are going to struggle because they have this dead dwelling where they have to play landlubbers if they want to make use of it. So that's ultra mega happy. I don't think I want to start here. That might encourage, if the Mermaids player lost his mind and decided to upgrade this one after the Engineers player did, then, it would encourage undesirable things to signal this second triangle. And also, I know I'm going to get an Alchemist neighbor up here soon enough. So it's, yeah, I'd definitely be pretty happy about taking this one. I guess the issue is that connection-wise, that could be hard on me. Because Engineer's liable to dig this very quickly, both from Mermaid Leech from this hex, and also so I don't take it from them. So, here could be very challenging for the connection. But, I don't know, maybe worth a shot. I guess we do have an easy 3 shipping connection from this hex, but that requires us taking this away. It's actually possible that we dig this out here, and then we connect via these bottom points too. There's a bunch of ways that could go well. I think I'm gonna try it. I'm admittedly not the hottest with Nomads, but I can figure this out. And we absolutely want this spade. It is nice that we get we'll be literally the only faction that's happy with their starting bonus tile in this game. Okay, so early turns. We know that our first move is definitely upgrading Trading Post here. Just so we can take the most power out of the shenanigans here as possible. Also, alchemists don't have... I guess it's possible for them to try connecting low, but it's going to be murderously hard based on their start spots. So when they try and connect high, they're going to have to run into me. Even me just taking both of these hexes is already a big nuisance to them. If I get all 3 of these, then that's nightmare scenario for them. So I can actually, grabbing these 4 and then some kind of shipping connection this way is probably the most likely course. So then I'm connected on just 2 shipping, and then on top of that, this is single dig. I assume I'll throw a sandstorm here. And, I can carve a town here, here, and here. So and it gets in the way for alchemists a very large amount. So So I guess not unhappy with how this is going so far. At all. Engineers had to start on 6 coins. So they're gonna have to produce a dig and a worker with their power. Alchemists starting on a terrible bonus card for them. Right? Like the cult step can't even pay you rewards here. And like coins, they have unlimited coins as far as the early game is concerned. So yeah, seems pretty happy. I don't know what plus shipping is going to do for the mermaids. I guess if they make an opening where they cut the priest here, and then they can upgrade shipping once on the first turn, that gives them temp 3 shipping for a turn, and they can just build dwellings. But I don't think they have enough money to do that and build the temple. Alright, so we need the mermaid player to not be insane and upgrade here. It would be like a very big error if they didn't, because they know I'm going to upgrade this one, whether they do or not. So they're just throwing away a large amount of power gain if they choose to upgrade this one instead. The only argument you could use for upgrading the east position here is that this is probably where they're going to want their sanctuary ultimately. No, that may not even be true though, now that I think about it. Because this is like screwed for being a town unless they just take these 3. So, okay, there we go. They came to the same conclusion. Even despite wanting a sanctuary here, if I had wanted it here, which it's not clear that I do, I would definitely, regardless, choose to upgrade this one. It's just so much more power in the early game. So now this is probably the rotation of turns where we watch 3 Earth 1s disappear back to back, and then we cry a little inside. But if that's how this has to go, so be it. Feeling pretty good about our spot here. Engineers bid so many points for what they got, and they're not getting any power absorbed at the beginning. This is just a nightmare spot for them. Alchemists also living some kind of horrific nightmare where they can't get workers. And Mermaids a little cut off. Also bid kind of low on the points. Like, I think the Mermaid spot is... I don't know. I can't say with high confidence that we're, like, gonna crush this game, but it sure seems like we're in the leading position here. Okay, I just heard the noise like someone played an action, but I didn't actually see one happen. Oh, that was just people waiting the whole time on accepting power. Sheesh, okay. Yeah, give me this. I love the power. Power for me. Illusion, you can't take quotes out of context like that. The words immediately preceding that sentence were, I'm not confident that... Ugh, okay, fine. Just don't clip it, you know? Or if you do, don't share the URL of having clipped me saying those exact words. That would be too mean. Then again, I did title one of my previous VODs, Don't Watch This, and 4 people went and watched it. So, I don't know. Some days you all just love seeing me squirm, I think. And this is why I am always pressed to play Chaos Magicians. There's no way Alchemists aren't taking Earth 1 here. It's actually, well, they could take Earth 2, actually. That is a... given how short the workers are here, that actually might be right, even. It might not be able to do enough at all for the game starting on Earth 1. Again, would be a very different situation if they weren't anticipating getting cut off here and also lacking in bonus cards to give them anything useful. They can't even take the priest bonus card. It's really a bad set of early bonus tiles for alchemists. Most players given it some real thought here. So maybe they are going to try something wild like the two Earth. I don't usually expect anyone to do that as alchemists, because like in some weird backwards way, the Earth favor is sort of an economic one for alchemists in that it lets you just spam dwellings for 0 coins. No, they grabbed Earth. Okay. Earth 1, there it goes. Time to watch all the other Earth 1s disappear, and then feel sad. So what are we gonna do when all of those Earth 1s disappear? I mean, I know I said we're building a temple, because temples score, and we'll take Fire 1. But yeah, okay, engineers grab the one. Now it's time to see the mermaids steal it. Jerks. Hey, what do you know? Mermaids built a temple. And, yes, give me the power. Oh, this is getting really laggy. EGA, why you do this? Yep, all the Earth's gone. Okay. So we gotta do something else. But I don't think we build the temple yet. Because we don't have to. We have first pass hit power actions, which is pretty sick. So part of me wants to just build dwellings for days using this double spade. Like, double spade is almost certainly right to take. The question is just, do we build the dwellings when the dwellings on the next round would score those? And where do we want to start our digging chain? I don't anticipate alchemists making a shipping start, because I don't know, I guess they could. It would hurt them for the shipping start if we took this space, but I think it hurts us too much when we could dig 2 tiles. So I think I'm more interested in digging these 2 slots, and then maybe make my way up here so that if engineers try to cut this one, I at least gain power from it, and if they don't, then I get this one, which is really helpful for my connection. Then we are 3 shipping away from this hex already. So I think that is going to be the line. And of course we do threaten the 3rd dig because we have the card that does it. This is burning a lot of power, but oh well. Oh well is about all I have to say to that. So if this spade, the spade's probably not disappearing to the alchemist here. Or if it is, I guess they could dig over here. That might be their best play at this point. They're far enough down in the opening. Then the engineers won't have access to any spades if they do it. And so we can take this away before it was ever possible for engineers to have a go. How many roommates did I kill? That's a good question. Yeah, if anyone tried to watch the VOD on my last stream, it's really unsatisfying. Or if you watched it live, my roommates yanked some cables and killed the internet midstream. So there's a big chunk missing out of the middle. The video's split into 2 parts, before and after. And, yeah, I murdered exactly 1 roommate. Just 1. But it's okay, I got new ones soon. Okay, alchemists. Oh my gosh, alchemists stall for a turn with their bonus card action on the Earth Cult? That seems wrong. I don't believe that was right for a second. Engineers did not take the spade. So now we have next go to grab this. Yeah, spade from Mermaids makes sense. They're digging around, getting out of this hole. Okay, so that means that alchemists really can't go anywhere or do anything else this turn. And engineers can finish this as a temple if they want, and then be sad about having no dwellings on their board. And just the 2 temples. Illusion, I am a very merciful sort of girl. This is true. I do need to get... Yeah, since the spade's not accessible now for the engineers, there's... Let's see, Mermaids are still gonna build here, and then probably also... Oh, they can't reach here yet. That would take more shipping. So you don't have to be worried about building this dwelling yet in order to leech the power off of that. That's something. So I think, since I don't have to cut this, we know the engineers can't take it. My next move will just be going ahead and getting the temple. And temple for Fire 1. Yeah, we're gonna go into full econ mode and just kind of hope that that's good enough for us. I almost feel bad making the alchemist's life so miserable with this connection blocker. Just because, like, they're off to such a poor start anyway. The fact that we're just gonna crush their late game too seems mean. But we're still gonna do it, of course. You know me. If I get this hex cut as well in the late game, then engineers are just going to be stuck in these areas, not going a lot of places. Okay, favorite tile. Yeah, let's make it Fire 1. It's a very exciting prospect. I've never played Fire 1 Nomads before, but I imagine it's our best income favorite. Especially because we're gonna have the dwellings rolling so quick, so soon. Okay, Alchemists did take this priest power action. So surely that's headed towards shipping. Then, they'll get a priest's income and can have their 2 shipping for the next round. So they'll be in here to get on this spot. What does that mean for us? It means next round they're gonna get here, here, and here. So, we have some time to cut these hexes away, but we don't have forever. Okay. One option is build here. I'm gonna dig this hex either way. The question is, which of these do I build on? I think Mermaid's very far from being able to ship over here, so I'm not worried about absorbing the power through there, and they're certainly not about to dig this. It's way too many digs for them. So let's go ahead and build this one. That way, when Mermaids play here, we can leech power. I know dwelling scoring is in the next round, but I think the first round, the premature pass is just a little too crazy. We really do want to collect the incomes we can, and we have such good ones to take. So am I going to have any digging at all next round? Probably not. I'm not really taking any power income, and it's just going to be a while for this to charge up. So I guess if I build here and here next round, what else? If I build this one next round, what else will I have to do? I will be at 6 coins remaining. And also 4 workers remaining. Maybe it's not crazy then to just upgrade a trading post, just in preparation for having my stronghold set to go on round 3. That's probably the way to handle this. Okay. Illusion, I barbecue it. It's not fondue, sorry. Lexabyte, I don't think any of these methods require that you melt the flesh. Like fondue, I imagine you'd be fonduing the flesh chunks in like a cheese sauce or something. You could just do it in an oil. Yeah, we're not melting flesh. Okay, I'm glad we're all on the same page. Oh my gosh, Illusion. You're so mean. So mean. So since we're not milking any of these early events terrifically hard, definitely going to be grinding rounds 4 and 5 for the most points we can. We also... Oh, ooh, I love this song. Sticker Brush Symphony. We do get to pass in the 2nd position. No, that's incorrect. I'm sorry. Oh no, Alchemist's already upgraded shipping. Okay. So yeah, we'll pass right following the engineers. I'm so glad that we're already connected once we have our late game shipping up. This is like it's shaping up reasonably well. There is actually the question of if we can 4-town this game, given how crazy we're driving on economy. That might be doable. You can imagine one here, one here, one there, and then one down here is not very hard. Yeah, okay, engineers do pass in the lead spot, and they actually pass on the shipping bonus card, which is surely the one the alchemists wanted. As for what we want, I think 3 coins plus dwelling scoring will do very nicely for us, since we do expect to pass with 4 dwellings in play, and we gotta work on our points somehow. It's gonna be tricky to get access to these, moving forward, since only 2 of them... Oh no, there are 3 that score. Okay. That's good, that means we can milk the trading post scoring even harder later. Yeah, okay, happy to pass you. So, interesting option, actually. Since I am already planning to have enough to upgrade 2 of these dwellings into trading posts for the next round, I actually could score more points by grabbing this card. That scores more than the dwelling one. And, a worker and a coin is... I don't actually know if that's better than 3 coins or not in the abstract. Either one fits our build sequence here just fine. Yeah, maybe that's worth it. It is, again, just like repeating being mean to the alchemists for us to do that. Also sets us up pretty well to get our water 1 favor, moving into like round 3 or what have you. Probably after upgrading 2 trading posts, we are going to be... Oh, okay. Alchemists actually managed to trade in 5 power. So they're coming here this round. Wait, I'm sorry. How did they get more... Oh, yeah, okay. So once they do that, they can actually build both of these. Alright. Fair enough. So now I assume they're building here next. Alright, that's not such a terrible opener for them then. They did alright. Good thing they can't pass on to the points for shipping card. Because engineers took it. They would love that with their 2 shipping already. Okay. So many resources, jeez. You know, it would be really mean to alchemists if we upgraded our shipping and took this space here. And they wouldn't even be able to connect a bridge town in this. Okay, engineers won that action. That's not surprising. It's too bad we can't actually compete for any of these power actions. There's not a lot that we can do this round. Yeah, I'm giving real thought to it, Illusion. It's like not out of the question. But I think actually what I want to do with my priest this round is just jam on Earth. Unfortunately, as Nomads, I would need 2 priests to coop this water benefit. So I can maybe look into taking this one, but this one's not happening. So let's just get the 3 spot on Earth and get paid the most coins we can here. Alright, quick chat. What's your favorite jam? Share. I actually tested this recently. Unsure if I would prefer grape or strawberry jam in a PB&J sandwich. And the conclusion is definitely strawberry. Can you have a moment? Sure. You can take your time thinking it through. I did say quick chat, but Alright, notice mermaids did pile in on this cult immediately after, so, you know, we can feel good about having got the 3 spot. Definitely the best use of our second player privileges there, because we do not have much else to contest. Okay, engineers digging this way, so that means that we do have to be worried about them taking this spot out from under us. They would certainly prefer this one, be able to come over to this hex. Unfortunately, we don't have dig power just yet. If we did, we'd definitely be, you know, digging on this round. Because we actually have enough to build 2 dwellings and 2 trading posts. Except that we lack the space to build the extra dwelling. So I think I'm pretty comfy about just taking this space. It's definitely the most important thing to do this round. Oh, I guess actually... No, engineers are going to upgrade shipping once and then build here and here. So we're not getting any more power through this front. So it's possible we should have upgraded this to a trading post. Okay. Towning over here. A little trickier now. And mermaids can definitely cut that spot easily later. Yeah, I still don't object to having this, really. We can still retain the option to jump all sorts of other places. But, and this is definitely a blocker for the alchemists. You know, now we only have to dig this space, and they're already in sad times. I have had apricot jam. I have not had peach. Raspberry quite good? You all have very powerful jam games. I'm proud of you, chat. Well done. I aspire to have such strong jam games as my chat. Perhaps not the highest point in my life. I'm actually a reasonably good cook, but I have never gone out of my own way to produce jam. Alright, let's hear the better question, Illusion. I'm curious. That is quite easy. Waffles. Waffles all day, every day. I mean, not actually. I don't love waffles that much. I love them a good amount, but not that much. Pancakes I've never particularly thought as being, I don't know. It's fine, it's calories. I don't derive the same level of enjoyment from it, though. Here's an anecdote for you, chat. There was one boy that I dated previously, where I knew that blueberry waffles were his favorite breakfast. So I actually snuck into his apartment early before he woke up. And then when he stepped out of his room, I surprised him because I'd made so many waffles. So many. I think I made 9 different waffles for him, each with a unique set of toppings. I had different, fruits with cream, and there was a cinnamon sugar waffle, and one with syrup, one with, ice cream. It was an ice cream sundae on top of a waffle. I really went all out on this. And, yeah, he ate 3 of them because who eats 9 waffles? And then I was a little sad because I thought maybe he didn't like it. Not necessarily the happiest punchline on that story. Okay, I do have the power to try and dig now, but it would involve burning even more power tokens. So if we upgrade 2 trading posts, so that we get paid our 4 points. That does give us 2 power income. And then that's not quite enough to double dig, but hopefully we can absorb a little more before this turn is out somehow. I'm not sure how that's gonna go down, actually. Mermaid shipping still at rank 1. Oh, dwarf shipping also still at 0. So that means that if we upgrade dwarf or not dwarves, engineers, the upgrade shipping. We upgrade a trading post, they build here. And then we get to pass before them. So we're ahead of the engineers in the queue. Alchemists have... I don't know what they're going to do with 3 workers, but no accessible black spaces. This is unclear to me. Quite possibly they pass on the next move, which is not something we can tolerate, really. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and upgrade this one, because I expect mermaid action to be happening in here and soon. Waffles the size of a face. I would say that is accurate, Illusion. These were very large waffles that I made. I want to say probably like a foot in diameter or so. Oof, maybe we should have grabbed this one. Okay. Well, Mermaid's definitely staking this out as their own. So we could try to town in here, but it's not going to happen. Mermaids will cut us off too quickly. The bright side of that is, it ain't happening for alchemists either. So this is going to be, we'll just move our third town down here. And then be somewhat content in that alchemists probably can't do much network-wise. If alchemists want to try to do something network-wise, they'll have to connect on the bottom, which will give our town a neighbor, which is, good for upgrading trading posts cheaply. The evilest jam flavor. So I think in order to make a jam, technically you do require a fruit of some kind. It may not have to be a fruit, but it can't just be sugar. You can only create jelly that is flavorless. Because jelly is what you get when you, basically when you super saturate liquid with sugar at a high temperature, and then it cools, which lowers the amount of sugar you can dissolve in the fluid per unit volume. And so it sort of congeals into this weird solidish thing. And I have done that before. The way I did that, actually by accident, was that I had a theory that coffee tastes horrible, but maybe coffee could be made to taste less horrible if I just put enough sugar in it. So I just kept adding more sugar, testing. And coffee usually made really hot. So then when it cooled, I got coffee jelly, which was disgusting. Alright, Alchemists back on the cult step card? I don't know about that. It seems kind of wacko. Alright, we want another trading post. Where do we want it? Probably in the center for town considerations. Engineers did up their shipping, yes? Okay, so they will build here, and then we'll pass ahead of them, and that's important because we do care greatly about digging this hex. It's pretty valuable to engineers if they get it. It's also pretty valuable to us. So, yeah, let's make that the one. Where do we want this extra temple? Like, probably out here seems fine. Because we know mermaids are going to cut through this tile at some point, and we'd like to take... And then probably here later, and we'd like to take more leech out of these transactions. If possible. I could do it here, but then it's kind of a dead TP, not part of a town, even though it's not bad for leech considerations. Okay, so mermaids actually don't need this hex to make a town out of this. They can connect using their passive through here. Their passive allows them to, like, treat one river hex as part of their town. So they can make this a town, but that's probably not how this is going down. This is probably all going to be a town, because they don't have enough space in here, likely, to create a second town from this. That's my suspicion about how this is gone. It is possible if they dig this hex, and then they can look after to, like, maybe they can jam the coral reef over here and make a sanctuary town? With Stronghold Sanctuary? Or maybe they can dig, like, out on this hex. Alright, it's time for me to find out if Deep Finesse is a bridge player, because the curiosity's killing me. Okay, so, we have actually seen, Engineer's early pass, which is giving up, it's not giving up an extra dwelling, but it's giving up the points they could have had from building there. Either way, we're still in a pass spot here. Let's see, we're gonna take 2 income of power. It's still not quite what we need for a double dig, but we'll probably get some reasonable power action, I would imagine. Okay, so we take our 4 points here. We cannot gain access to the Mermaids card, which is a shame. But we can go ahead and get the dwelling scoring one, because we're doing pretty fine money-wise, right? We're going to take 7 income of coins. I guess actually if I want to build the stronghold next round, that's like almost all my money right there. No, it should be fine. Yeah, I can use powerful coins or whatever. Yeah, that we just need the points. Okay. Whew. All right. Into the next round already. And we have so much money. When do Nomads ever get this much money? This is actually probably going to serve us decently, keeping these... Well, we can't really keep these trading posts because one needs to become the stronghold. Okay, what was the start from the Alchemists? They advanced on exchange track. Okay. Seems a little aggressive to try and upgrade these now without getting Stronghold and Gloomy Shopping first. Also, this makes no sense. Why would the Engineers early pass to get the first action, and then all they do with it is just do the thing that was worth more points last round? Maybe this Deep Finesse player isn't aware that they could have burned 1 power to make the coin? They still have 12 power in their bowl. Like, this is just weird. Anyway, we can't double dig. Engineers certainly can. So I doubt this double dig persists for that long. I guess they can wait on the double dig because no one else is going to take it from him. But that means that our single dig, we get to be jerks and grab this hex before they have a shot at it. So I think that's what I want to do. Because if I lose access to this one's much harder to take. I would need sandstorm powers or some nonsense. That's actually, taking here does shorten the shipping requirement down to 2. That has a lot of nicety to it. Well, either way, I want to score spades on the spade round. So I can still build Stronghold plus a dwelling. And I think that's how I'm gonna do this. Yeah, that seems fine. Okay. We're in business. Illusion, the answer to that is not some, like, linear or sliding scale thing in the number of points. It depends very much on how well the other person is doing and how much you're punishing yourself to try it. Well, I guess you're measuring how much you're punishing yourself to try it in that metric, right? How many points is it going to cost me to do this? But then you also care how many points is it going to cost them? And, you know, it's not really going to cost us to cut this hex away. Like, we just have sandstorms. We're probably not going to need every single one in the name of founding 3 towns. So cutting this is, like, actually, it's pretty solid for us. Then we can survive on 2 shipping all game, instead of needing the 3rd. It's not clear that it hurts the Mermaids a ton either, just because they have their town set up here. But what it does do is it makes them much harder to connect in network over here. And, you know, we love hurting people's connection. The Alchemist took a huge network hit as this got cut off. And we make the Mermaids take a network hit. Yeah. Engineers had a little bit of a slow start from no power leech, but they're not, like, out of it or anything. Oh, well, okay. They hard dug the hex because they didn't want me doing any of that nonsense, and I can't say I blame them. Okay. We're gonna have to be cautious about burning more power tokens. We burned a lot on the first move to get that opening double dig. And I don't regret it, but we still have to be cautious. Burning more could get us into trouble. Okay, so Alchemists will probably be Sanctuary Towning right here. And then they'll maybe second town around here and try and do some nonsense on the bottom for connection. What would we like to do? Using our priest. I think we want to cash the final priest slot here. And we get so many coins for cult income. We get the 2 power for crossing the threshold. None of these are good cult factions. Not a 1. So it's like pretty realistic to suppose we might do... Yeah, it pays too much not to. And then we'll complete our stronghold and sandstorm a spot as the last actions of the turn. Hopefully we get to pass on to the trading post scoring card. If we gain enough power here, it's possible I'll just burn power tokens to make the extra dwelling. Since it is worth a point with the bonus card we have, but I don't... Depends on how many power tokens I need to burn. This is definitely what we want to do right now. I think it's definitely significantly better than using the priest as a worker to build the extra dwelling. Yeah, Illusion, I don't know that I have it in me to do something just to make someone mad. I care about actually playing well, and, you know, getting in other people's way is a part of that, but it's not my primary goal here. Sorry. First and foremost, I am interested in winning. We will be wanting to get onto 1 shipping soon, I imagine, just because after we get these hexes wrapped up for us, 1 shipping will let us jump to both of these for free. And that could easily be as fast as next turn. You know, we don't have to get all our trading posts upgraded immediately, because we have 2 rounds for it. The only thing we have to be worried about disappearing in this span is the Water 1 favor, which I'm not willing to let go. Fortunately, we get it in just a single action, because that's not going to be true for other people unless they build Sanctuary to make it happen. Because we are passing with a trading post going into the round. Other people won't be. Okay, engineers did do their double dig. but we have forced them away from here. Also now when they build there, at some point we'll have a neighbor coming up here to make our town in this region. So that's pretty happy. Definitely looking okay for us. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stronghold here right now, because that makes this incredibly close to being a town already. And, you know, there's no reason to delay town gratification on this board, so we'll be very happy about picking up faster town tiles. Now we're taking 3 power income, so that means that heading into the first move of next round, we will have 5 spendable power. We would only have to burn 1 token to lead off with any of these power actions, and that's pretty great. Because we may actually want this coins action, despite having a Fire 1 favor. You just need so many coins, so many. Alright, shame Mermaids beat us out here. But it is what it is. There's a lot of desire to be an early passer here, but I just can't do it. I'm sorry. I want my free terraform. And I think I want it here. Mostly because there's very few places I can put it. Actually, if I want to be a big jerk, I should take here. That's going to make it way harder for mermaids to connect in this gap. So absolutely, 100%, let's sandstorm this away. Their shipping's still at 1. Yeah, okay. Sign me up. Do I want... Oh, goodness, I should have been thinking about special landscape. If I put the special landscape here, it's not gonna give me special landscape powers. There's not gonna be any action adjacent to this tile. So I need a special landscape, like maybe over here. So I think I'm just gonna not build. There's also the consideration that, like, I mean, I guess I'm not too worried about having enough neighbors to upgrade all these trading posts over these rounds. But if I was, this spot has a neighbor. So that's something. There we go, Illusion. I did something mean to someone. I further punished the mermaids. It was, you know, they blocked me off here, I'll block them here. We can all be jerks to each other. My sandstorm power is super meanie face, if you're a mermaid. Okay, mermaids do get to pass onto the shipping bonus tile. It's no surprise they would want to head there. Okay, we're about to take... Oh my goodness, we're going to take 11 coins, 3 power, 5 workers. Let's see. So if we upgrade a temple to get water 1 at the start of the round, then that puts us down at 2, that's 3 workers left and 5 and 6 coins. So that is enough for 2 trading post upgrades straight after. And then probably also a dwelling construction, because we are actually, like, gonna get in a state where we need, we are worried about losing out on worker income. Okay, Nomads, or sorry, Alchemist passing second onto the spade card? What does he want with spades if he's upgrading his exchange rate? This just seems weird. Engineers definitely can build a dwelling over here for income. But should they? They probably should. That feels right. Nope, they're gonna faster pass, and they're gonna take the trading post card, which was the one that I wanted. So, I guess, to that end, we're probably, if we take the 6 coins and then we use our priest to upgrade shipping, then we can conceivably get a lot of dwellings by grabbing this power action as our first move. That's probably for the best. I'm not super interested in Cult Step. If we're the first one to get a town in the next round, then I probably would take the 2 key town tile, which actually, maybe then where I want the priest is on air so that I hit this rank 4 and get the spade. Okay, here's the thought then. Maybe temporary shipping is the line. If I take temporary shipping, I have 6 usable power on the first move, and I don't even have to burn any for it. And then I can commit a priest in the air slot if I want this spade. And that seems fine. I can play catch up on shipping later in the game easily enough. So yeah, I think temp shipping does sound good. The problem is I don't have enough resources to do all that. I could like temple, dwelling, trading post is basically all my resources. Yeah, maybe 6 coins is the better line, just so I can upgrade shipping, or if I get a worker town, I can get a lot more workers out. That might be better than the 2 key tile. Okay, yeah, I think it's probably coins. Okay, we have money. Okay, Mermaids leading away straight off on this. That's no shockers there. There's a lot of argument for leading with this, so that we can build both of the, yeah, then we'll be at 7 workers. Actually, we kind of need this just to have a reasonable turn. Right, then it's temple, trading post, dwelling. And maybe even use the priest as a worker. Oh no, sorry, we can always take a worker town to make this happen. Okay. What a pile of money, jeez. How close are other people to towning up? So engineers are as close as 2 moves. Everyone else is a little further out. So do we think engineers are going to cut the double key town tile? Alternatively, is anyone about to cut this? Alchemists would be the most likely to take this action. It's just super great for their faction, but they can't do it. The only person who has power to use this besides us is engineers. And engineers, well, they're not exactly, yeah, I don't think this is what they want. So I'm gonna deprioritize this. Anyone would have to hurt themselves a ton to take it from us, and we actually have plenty good backups, even if they do, just by using Worker Town. So it's fine. Let's just get that water 1 and then finish the damn town. Alright. Time to start scoring in high gear. Rawr. Oof, that's a chunk of power. Okay, now we can do a lot. This is pretty happy for us. So actually, if we want to found a town as the next move, we have to convert all this power into something. Because we're gonna gain 4 just for founding that town. So maybe we convert a worker out of this and then we found the town. Or, huh. Okay. Alchemists got their water one. What will the engineers be doing? This is sort of pivotal, what they do here. Okay, so if they take this, that means they can't found the town next move. Nor can mermaids. So we can wait a turn on doing this. And the ability to wait a turn means that we can have our cake and eat it too. Like, we'll grab this now so that we can accept the incoming power of finishing the town. So that's super happy. We got everything we wanted. Including, oof, this is a lot. Okay. Now Mermaid's gonna grab their water one, and it's gonna leave engineers without. That's kind of nice. Engineers don't really have a great third favor. Like, they're always looking to get Earth 1 and Earth 2 at the start, generally. But it's pretty often that engineers will only 2-town over the course of a game. It's not very common to see them get the third. So this Fire 2, not very useful for them. And taking a late income favor is not great. Like, if he decided to get a favor at this junction, I think Water 2 would be the best, but the most likely is that he just doesn't get any more favors till near the game's end, and then he takes Air 1. Okay, so how much power can we accept now? It looks like 6, and we're only going to gain 4 when we town found. So we'll have enough power that we can take this double dig if we want it. Oh my goodness, this is so much. We want that? Probably. It seems like wrong not to take it. So if I take this, that actually means I can then take the priest action. Oh yeah, this really works out. Okay. Yeah, I'll happily do that. Now I'm gonna... Okay, are we in a situation where a town can be... Okay, engineers did take Air 1. So engineers still can't found a town on the next move. Mermaids can only do it if it involves building Sanctuary. That seems like a big setback when they could just upgrade 2 TPs. It is a TP scoring round, so I doubt they're going that route. Engineers can't do it. So it looks fine to delay again grabbing this priest. Then we can still proceed to found our town next move. And do so many fancy things. That's cool because now we can upgrade shipping and still reap this air spade. Very happy about that. You know, we might be getting enough resources here that we can actually, like, if alchemists try and dig around the side here, we might be able to just jump on top and smother them against the edge and really enforce that they don't get to connect. They can still do it if they're determined enough. Like, I'm not interested in this hex anymore. So if the alchemists grab this plus, like, that... Oh, I guess they would just take both of these and they'd be connected. That's a lot of digs. And this person's kind of struggling at alchemists. They've been, like, idling at the mid-stab digs, which is never a state you want to be in. And, you know, they need a stronghold to actually, like, gloomy shop the top level of both, but they're very far from getting that. They also just need stronghold to get their... to actually go ahead and get points, because it makes 6 coins around for them, whereas they have no coin income, so they're spending points for everything. I mean, they have a lot of point income from their actions, so it sort of balances, but that just lets them get a huge network without having a lot of points. It's like alchemists can kind of always go hard on econ and do lots of things, no matter how bad they're doing. It's just that if alchemists have better early rounds, they won't have to throw away all their points to do it. So we actually... There's no requirement that we make this 2 TPs in a dwelling like I called out for this round. We can actually just make it 1 TP to found the town, and then 3 dwellings is better. And we have 3 spots to do it, you know, here, here, and wherever we choose to sandstorm. So that seems better for our long-run resource allocation, and we still have another round to upgrade as many trading posts as possible just for the points. Like I said, there was no rush to get the trading posts upgraded with 2 rounds back-to-back. It was just that we needed to rush for the water 1 favor. What did the Mermaids do on their turn? Mermaids player is, Jason. They advanced shipping. Now at rank 2. Where does that let them go? I mean, I guess they're doing it just because they're on the points for shipping card, but it doesn't actually help them extend their network any, because we've cut across the middle here. So they're not getting anywhere interesting without having a lot more shipping than they do. So that's pretty cool. Love being a jerk to mermaids. Okay, now engineers can finally found the town in 1 more move. So we're going to go ahead and swipe that first. I'll just upgrade this one to grant the least leech. I mean, given how close they are to the power cap, it's sort of equivalent from the engineer's perspective which of these gets upgraded. We just don't want to give it to alchemists too. So, here we go. And I will take this town. Huzzah! We'll want to be quick enough on town 2 that we get one of these other all-cult bump cards. Because I would very much like, now that we've made this investment, it's actually kind of important that we don't bomb the cults. Like, it's nice that it's going to give us both of these spades payouts as the game goes longer, but would still not really be worth picking that town tile as opposed to others if we didn't get some cult points out of it. But I'm sure we can make that happen. You know, pretty nice that we've got this sizable Earth lead, and even if someone grabs Earth 3, it would have to be the engineers and they'd only tie us. So, like, we pretty much have Earth under wraps here, because no one's got stuff like Water 2 to abuse. the more contested ones we'll have to focus down. We want to make sure we get one spot in water and one in air, and we want those just to pay these round rewards to us. And then, you know, maybe go hard and try to win fire also. We'll do what we can. Oh, was that a StarCraft song that was playing? I know I'm seeing this chat a little late, Lexabyte. I actually saw it much earlier, but I didn't realize that SC1 was StarCraft. Okay, this is a lot of power if we want it. Do we? Maybe? There is some nicety in setting ourselves up with these digs, but we would still have to pass in too early a position to make use of these on the next round. So if we take this, I think it's really because we're looking at these digs. Otherwise, we can just pass and charge up to full power and get whatever power action falls to us at the start. And you know, we have 2 sandstorms left. So let's just think about founding a town. If we dig twice, we'll grab here and here. This one is free. Sandstorm that, and then I guess we have a free sandstorm to allocate somewhere? Yeah, it kind of seems like we do want this action. Unfortunately, we can't even cut it right away because of where we want to put the 2 digs. Only one can go there. The other one really needs to be a part of this town assembly somehow, whether that's here or here. So we would have to upgrade shipping first. So the question is, can we lose the double dig in the interim after clicking accept here? So this is an action on engineer's turn. My next move would then be upgrade shipping. Oh, I guess we get even more digs from the cult rewards. It's a lot of digs that we get. You know, and after we have our 3 towns, we're just gonna throw like dwellings along the coast here, here, here with 3 shipping. We don't, because these hexes aren't under any pressure to disappear. So maybe we really don't need digging capabilities. Maybe this is just losing points, since I'm only gonna wind up turning it into coins anyway. Like, we might be far enough along that for power to, like, this is really just a trade of, like, 3 points for 3 coins. I don't know if that's... I don't know if that's actually worth it. How many coins are we going to take for the next round? Only 5. We're going to need a lot more than that. Okay, we'll take it. Blah. I don't feel great about that. Things we want to do. We know that these are just converting as coins anyway, so we'll convert one now so we can accept more power. And then we will get shipping upgraded. Maybe that does allow us to double dig as the next action. We'll find out. We're not doing too hot on point generation in the game itself. We'll do kind of okay by milking these in the next round. But we should get tons of end of game points, right? The hope here is that we can do pretty well on cults and network both, and it looks like that's coming through. Okay, this is interesting. Mermaids... Oh no, they did not have the option to found a town. They will do that next round with their first TP upgrade. Okay. We'll also have a town coming in our first move next round if we're trying to poach one of these town tiles, and I think we are. Very much interested in stepping one on every cult. That actually means that we don't have to throw a priest in water to get this spade anymore. Which is kind of nice given that there's like no contest in water for who wins it. It's not going to be us. Yeah, illusion hurt thumb does suck. That's, I certainly agree strongly with you about doctors being crummy. Very sorry. Doctors in America suck. Let's, you know, there's definitely pretty international audiences on Twitch. Twitch does inform me that my audience contains many Europeans. So, you know, not all doctors suck. Just our doctors. Probably actually want to throw my final sandstorm on this black space here. And the reason I say that is that then I'll have two spots with neighbors to be part of this town. Okay, we got the shipping town tile out of engineers. That's not too shocking. Presumably want to ship into these spaces. And, you know, yeah, now they can actually just build on these. And if once they take this hex, they're all connected up. Also, once they take this hex, it's a virtual impossibility for alchemists to connect. They can theoretically do it through this hex and then coming over here. But not very likely, and I already have the shipping to say no. Okay, still no threat of losing double dig after these going. So we can just camp at this power distribution so we get free power. Let's go ahead and build this one. Well, actually, if I want to upgrade a trading post and build 2 dwellings, I can use power for workers? No, I can't do that. I'm going to need power for resources to finish out this round the way I hoped, because my coins were less infinite than anticipated. Okay, so I guess, do I have enough to build a trading post plus 2 dwellings on these sites? That's 7 coins and 4 workers. I can produce the extra here. So I'll go ahead and start building these. There's nothing I can't lose ability to place a worker on this cult. I actually don't have to place down here yet unless, oh no, I guess I do if I want to use my sandstorm there. No, it's fine, it's fine. I can use my sandstorm here and just finish the town that much sooner. That sounds better. Loving it. Also, we get to pass on to trading post scoring. That's insanity. No way we should be let to have that in this situation. Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this town, just so it's less things we have to worry about for the next round. Alchemist's not in good shape. Mermaid's doing a little better, so I'll give power to Alchemist here. Woohoo! And then we're gonna go ahead and do conversions. I want one of each of those. And I'm going to terraform. Do I even want to make it this one? I could make it over here, just because I don't need to give out anything to the mermaids. And that actually does give me access to this spot as a build that's available later. So yeah, let's go ahead and cut this green hex. And now I want more cults. More! And now I still have power left to dig if I want it, but I don't want it anymore. Okay, I can do conversions, no conversions, because I think yeah. I want to secure this reward, and we hit the 2 power threshold now in so doing. Can I actually accept all my power? I can. But then I can't take any extra if it's offered to me in the opening moves of next round. It probably isn't. People will cut the power actions first. So I'm just going to go ahead and pass on this. Cannot believe we were let to have this card of all cards. I'm with you too that the RTS on the console is terrible. And also, I've come around to the Delfino Plaza song. So, yeah, nice that played. Okay, Avocado, the Alchemist terraformed a green space to blue? Where's the... they terraformed this. So they are actually hoping in some deranged take that they'll get to dig through here, and that the mermaids won't just build this as their opening move. Which seems insane. I guess alchemists... No, alchemists don't even have the first pass. Mermaids will surely cut it. Where would I like to spade? So this is a reasonable location? Struggling to think where else I even care about, actually. These would have to be sandstormed, if anything. I guess I can use my free spade between this and the next round to get both of these dug and double sandstorm and only have the one neighbor, and that works out well enough. Yeah, let's change it to yellow. Okay. We got dwellings to place, and trading posts to upgrade. The trading post thing being the higher priority. We want to get a trading post here and dwelling. Can we do that? And then another trading post, because that's what we do this round for points. So that seems reasonable to think we can do it. Okay. Alchemists were in the first pass position. I forgot it shows these backwards in between rounds. So they can dig these spots. You know, the Alchemists upgraded on the exchange track and they haven't done any digs through that yet. It's pretty decrepit. Also pretty happy about us taking 2 priest income thanks to our 2 temples. It'll definitely just help us on cults. We are currently in the lead on every cult but water. So alchemists have their connection now, unless we're jerks and we take this away. But that hurts us too much to do, I think. Okay, mermaids want the money. Yep, all the fancy power actions disappear. Okay, Nomads? That's kind of a jerk move. We can still fit a town in here, though. So, it seems fine. We in fact have more neighbors to do it. It's actually gotten a little easier for us to town up, if you can believe it. They do want this, though, just so they can build down this coast. So, you know, that's a thing they'll be doing, giving us little power pings along the way. I think I am just going to secure these hexes as opening actions, because we don't actually have anything big to compete for. Unless we want to try and get both of these priests wrapped up, just so that we can take 2 spades, but we're not interested in doing that. It's possible if we use our power in the right way, we can get... Maybe if I'd taken this power action to open. I mean, I still can take it, and it's fine. Then maybe we can set up to build 3 dwellings and a trading post. But we don't want Sanctuary till the last round, because it scores then. And at that point, we're just grabbing, like, stupid Air 1 favors. We don't need no fire, too. We've got our 3 towns just on raw econ. Wait, the Sunshine song was Gelato Beach? I'm sorry. I have never played Super Mario Sunshine. I've just watched the speedruns of it. And it's a pretty cool speedrun. So, here's the thing. If we get ourselves to 2 shipping, we don't need the 3rd to connect, as long as we build this hex. That's pretty cool. Gaining this spade is, like, already superfluous. We just have so many more spaces to build on than we actually need. Very glad I didn't take the double dig last round. We have yellow hexes for days. I don't think we can upgrade our shipping and build this hex this round. We're too focused on scoring these points, though. There's the mermaid town. What will they choose? Shipping. Okay. I guess we get no help on shipping towns then. I imagine mermaids are pushing to infinity shipping, even though they're not on the card, just because then they can be connected. Yes, 5 shipping connects them. And so they're gonna doggedly go for it. They're also getting close to being able to cut this away, which is kind of funny. Not quite there yet, though. Alright, where do we want to... Do we just pop the sandstorm and make sure we get this? That might be the plan. Wouldn't surprise me if true. Okay. No, I think we grab this. To have enough workers, then we can still make 2 more coins. 2 more coins is enough to build dwelling and 2 TPs. Which is kind of what we set out to do this round, but it's still not ideal. Not ideal because it doesn't let us get any extra dwellings out of taking this action. It still might be better, just because I think we're going to have enough coins for the last round. We're going to take in 11. That's pretty incredible. Oh, sorry, Nomads have weird trading posts. Okay, we're going to take in more than that. We'll take in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 14. That should be plenty. At that point, we're like almost just running out of buildings. Yeah, maybe this is right then. Because we'd rather pass with more workers into the next round, since we're not getting nearly as high an income of that as as we are coins. So we'll do this, and if we gain enough power, we can maybe even just build an extra dwelling this turn. That seems fine to me. And we can get more power by throwing our priests at the problem. Oh no! I just realized that 4 of our coins are earmarked for a shipping upgrade, so that does actually change the calculus a little. We'll still be okay. That's enough to upgrade a sanctuary and then some. And then shipping and then still some. Alchemists soon to have their first town. They also still need to do like bridge over here. That could easily get cut on them by the engineers or what have you. Okay, who thinks they're digging this spot? Interesting. Okay, well, glad we've saved our sanctuary this long, I suppose, because now we may need it to do our thing here. Definitely sandstorming this is the next move, though. We're not about to cede this space. Okay, there goes the engineer bridge. No shockers. So in we go here, just to make the shipping connectivity still a bitch for mermaids. So here's what I do know about Super Mario Sunshine and Gelato Beach, just for you, Lexabyte. I know that when you're speedrunning the game, apparently to unlock the final boss, all that matters is that you have star 7 completed on every stage. And the game thinks you have to do the stars in order, but like, you might not have to. And on Gelato Beach, there's a star 8 that you're not supposed to be able to get unless you choose it out of the menu, so you have to already have 7 completed. But there's a clip you can do to go through the ceiling and grab star 8 early. So then you just wind up beating only stars 8 and 7 on a speedrun. Let's go ahead and get trading posts in here, because we know we want to do that this round. Absolutely certain. I guess the other thing we want to do is we want to secure fire cult spots while available. It's a little risky to try and race engineers for this cult, because if we take here, they can just take the last spot on their next move. And then they'll also be faster to their next town than we are. All they have to do is upgrade a trading post right here. So, then they'll just be ahead of us, unless we take a Fire 3 favor. Yeah, putting us within Fire 3 of winning the cult seems good, actually. So I will compete in that way. Now, if Engineer's next action isn't expending the priest this way, then I'm just going to throw the last priest here and have it unlock to win fire. Yeah, Lexabyte, if you want to look that trick up, it's called Gelato Beach Skip. Because it skips all of Gelato Beach except the 2 stars that it doesn't. They kind of like bash themselves in a weird way with a coconut and it pushes them through a ceiling. Whew. This has gotten a little dicey. I'm, like, expecting to lose this to engineers as soon as we're within range. We have these 3 at least. Losing that kind of stunk a little bit. Our first move of the next round can be build a dwelling here, and then engineers has to build it right then or we sandstorm. But I don't think that's even going to come to pass. I think they're just going to throw the dwelling down now. No, they'll make the trading post upgrade now so that they can have a town and do it on the trading post scoring round. Then they can also pass for 1 more point because of their air favor. How are different people doing network-wise? We're kind of going to be in okay shape. We're going to have a lot of buildings left on the map compared to some groups, but they're going to be more dwellings, so easier to make up on the final round for network purposes. Anyway, we're not forgetting these trading post upgrades because they are worth 8 points apiece. 3 for the round scoring, 3 for the water scoring, 2 for this card. Alright, trading post went up. It was nice that we got to take free power. Also nice of engineers to abandon this fire cult. I think I'm pretty happy. Oh, engineers completed their town and they made a worker town. Not the cult boost town. I think I would like to wrap up this cult as belonging to me. If I take this slot here, it's very... yeah, engineers would need 2 favors to pass me. And it's reasonable to suppose I'll have the 1 boost on all cults thing, because that actually gives me benefit on all 3 cults. Not to mention 8 power all at once. That's cool, Exabyte. I don't really know about Spyro games at all, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But, you know, nifty that there are, like, runners that can actually do that caliber of stuff in multiple games. That's very impressive to me. I would... you know, obviously, like, we can play multiple board games here. You know, it's not like Terra Mystica is literally the only game I know. But, it's still... I don't know, it's... what's the right way to say this? I guess there's a big execution component on video games that's not present, in this setting. Yikes. Okay, so we're only actually going to take in 6 power income, because Nomads do have weird trading posts. But we're probably going to be happy about it working out that way. If we can get on a scoring card for the final round, that would be very helpful. I do not know that that is possible. We'll just wait and see how stuff shakes out. This sort of depends on the passing order and whatnot. So Mermaids definitely passing for their next move, I think. Yeah, they can't do anything. Alchemists also passing first. But what do engineers do? They're going to build here, and then they're probably going to build here. So that means that the engineer card should be available to us, the points for shipping at the end. And we'll happily take that. It'll be 6 points for us. Up we go. I have sandstormed already. Good. Just gotta double check that. I actually maybe do wind up build. I have enough coins from power to build an extra dwelling this round, just to have a little more worker income for the next. I don't know if that's gonna be worth doing. Quite possibly not. I'm gonna count out how many workers remain needed for this town to happen. Yeah, okay, as predicted, alchemists pass on to the spade. Mermaids will surely pass on to the dwelling scoring card. Then engineers will still have to pass earlier than I will, probably. Maybe not, actually. So engineers have as many as they could have a few actions left if they really wanted to stall hard on this. Unfortunately, we can't pass up the 8 points of this. It's only 5 on the margin because these 3 are still incurred. Or sorry, these 3 are still incurred later. But I'm not going to pass up 5 points for an early pass. And now I have no reason to early pass. I actually want to be the final passer so I can take the mermaid or the engineer's card. So let's see what they do. Presumably build here. They built dwelling here instead. Okay, yeah, that makes more sense. They can still do other moves if they want to. But I don't think anyone can feasibly take this from me. If they can, I will admit to being very sad. Alright, what have you got in you, engineers? Ah, crumb. They cut the priest. Which means now they can invest priests if they want, just to wait it out on us. So we can wait one more move by building a dwelling here. What will we need for next round? Next round, I'm going to need to build... Unfortunately, I can't put my trading post here, because you can't use cult reward spades to place a special landscape. So I'm going to need to build a dwelling, upgrade a temple, upgrade a sanctuary, and a TP trading post here to make it 7. Unless I grab... Actually, if I grab Fire 2 as one of the favors, then I don't even have to make the trading post upgrade. So that may wind up being a necessity, because that's a lot of stuff. So this turns out to be 6... Okay. 4 workers, 6... Okay, 7 workers to make all that happen. And then 6 coins... 5, that's 11, 12, 13, and then 4 more for a shipping upgrade. 17 coins, and I am not particularly close to that. I mean, I guess I'll pass on to 7 coins to make it happen. But the requisite sum of workers I said is, yeah, okay, I guess we can make this happen either way, so we just want to have the extra worker, which is just this equated to an extra dwelling here. It's the same, because it'll be the workers will be the limiting factor at end of game for what we can do. So I think, actually, is there a possibility of me getting the money power action? There is. Well, I'm taking 6. Yeah, okay, I could conceivably have the money power action if I don't build here now. If I do, I'm going to be at 5 power tokens in the cycle and not eligible for any of these at turn start. It's probably a little safer not to build it. I may miss out on network stuff later from not having done it, though. I wish I could build this one instead, but it's just not possible. I think... No... I don't know. He's gonna make the waiting move of investing a priest if I do build it. It's probably worth it just for network alone, to make sure that I have that. But it does put me... a little bit of money shorter. I guess if I'm getting this anyway, I already know I have enough coins to make everything work. This analysis was all computed assuming Fire 2 was one of my favors, which kind of sucks that I'm priced into having to take that. But okay. Yep, in goes the priest, and here comes my pass, unfortunately. So I don't get a scoring card for the end of game. It's actually... Are the extra 3 coins worth it over a cult step? Cult step could be pretty good for us. No, but we need money so badly to make this plan work. Of finishing Town 3 and connecting. We're so on the line, as it is. Okay, so where are people's spades gonna fall? We have to use spades in turn order, which means fortunately, maybe fortunately, I'm the third one to use them. So, the last one to use them. So if the mermaids try to, like, transform this at all, I can just turn it back. Because we definitely need this hex. There's no getting around that. Of course, we have a sandstorm to throw at the problem too, if need be. Where I would like to toss the sandstorm is, like, here. Is kind of the expected... I mean, I guess actually we can just use the sandstorm wherever to place our trading camp. So that's how we will get a trading camp, which is helpful network-wise. Okay, where did the mermaids terraform? Mermaids did it here. Alchemists did it here. And I will happily do it here. Oh, mermaids had 2, so they put the other one up there. Okay. So, no power available to take these great power actions, but I do have an epic load of cash. A lot of workers. Oof, I'm gonna need one more worker than I realized to make the dwelling build here happen. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of tight. Not that I would have it any other way particularly. We're doing alright. Okay, away go the coins. Glad we have 1 billion coins, I suppose. Do I just want to wrap this up while it's available? Probably. My thought is to race to this town. It's certainly the best town for us here, but the question is, like, will someone else even take it? Mermaids are fixing to have a town in this configuration. We are also dependent on getting a Fire 2 favor, or we have to get even more workers. So, it might be better to just get the Fire 2 right now. I guess I have to upgrade one of these or I can't put the Sanctuary in here. So yeah, let's make Fire 2 our next priority. Because if I don't do that, then I don't get the town on this. Actually, Fire 2 is not even going away, is it? Engineers know they're not getting another town. So we should take air 1 before it disappears, and then fire 2 on the next upgrade to sanctuary. Yeesh, this is so many workers. Yeah, okay, let's make this happen. I want air 1 because it's worth points and helps me on a cult. Actually, water 2 is okay, but probably air 1. I am gonna need another worker than the amount I have in order to construct the final connection dwelling. Either that or I upgrade shipping. If I have to go that route, I actually think I already have the resources for it. Oh, I can use a priest as a worker to build this. There's really no way to cut me off of this as it lies. So Lexabyte, it gave me the option to make a stronghold because the BGA interface is just like doesn't figure that part out, I guess. A little slow on the uptake. If I click the button to make a stronghold, what it will do is tell me you can't, error. I've tried, but it's a fair question. Illusion, am I winning? I think I'm winning, but I don't know. The engineers have a pretty reasonable spot. They're getting a non-negligible cult score. It will be less good than ours, but it's a real cult score. And they're also... I don't know if engineers might be able to beat us on network size. Like, we don't have many buildings left here, and we have an epic number of resources, but we have to build the expensive ones, regrettably. So I'm going to go ahead and take this dwelling next. And then I think I'll go ahead and end with this up. Oh, this is interesting. We take 2 power for a point. What we would want is if we could poach this worker action. But this is not quite enough power for that to happen. Sadly. We would need 1 more. And I don't know that it's coming. I guess we have a few moves for it to come. My instinct is this is probably worthwhile. I'm gonna go ahead and take that. We're like close enough to the line that we can do so much extra with so few extra resources. Curious what favor the alchemists grab, though. I mean, they don't have any capacity to steal a favor that we need, but, you know, they do impact where they go on the cults via their favor choice. I guess I might anticipate a fire 2 pick here from them, just because otherwise they have to expensive upgrade this trading post to make this a town, and that sucks. Then also this is instantly a town. Like, they might be able to 3-town with it. And they don't agree. Wow, they grab air 3. Okay, maybe we can't win that cult. Mermaids have max rank shipping. What do we want to do? I guess our move next. Yeah, there's... Oh, actually we can cut this now. Interesting. Is that what I want to do? I don't know. I think alchemists have a lot of digging if they want to connect. This is a triple dig for them. Alternatively, they can triple dig this hex. They don't have enough to make a town out of this either way. So it's just kind of, can they do that many digs? They do have their max upgraded digging. They can build a dwelling in here. They could just as easily do that there. So there's no reason to cut this. They're devoid of towns here either way. And they have the connection either way. So, yeah, I think we want to wrap up these tasty workers. If we take this, then we should maybe have enough for some extra dwellings at game's end. Is that right? Yeah, let's go ahead and wrap that up. Okay. So now all our power, if for the rest of the game, if we even gain any, will just be superfluous coins. I guess Air 3 might have... Well, was Air 3 the other favor that we wanted? No, because unfortunately, I think unless we gain a lot of power in the intervening moves, we're still stuck on needing a fire favor. So I guess that's how this is gonna go down. Illusion, I can grab 2 workers. The reason for the hesitation was just a lot of like double counting to make sure I hadn't done any crazy math. Oh, actually, you know what I should be doing? I need to put the trading camp somewhere. I should put it somewhere where it can do its camp thing. Silly me. There's still time on that. We can predict that mermaids will want to do a lot here, right? They kind of have to do more here to make this a town somehow. I don't do what they just have the 2-point favors. Interesting. So can they make a town out of this? It's possible they can't. They don't have power. So I think... Now if they use the coral reef, they can make a town in here. But that requires a 3-worker dig. Yeah, so they'll just drop the coral reef on one of these 2 slots, and then I think they're done. Oh no, they can still build a dwelling. Okay. Well, should have trading camped here earlier, but you can still try to take 1 proc. Why do the alchemists want that town tile? Alchemists, I wanted that town tile. Do you have some delusion that you're doing better in cults than you actually are? I guess now Fire 2 looks less bad, because it does actually gain me 3 power that I would not have otherwise procured. So you can be happy on that front. The money towns are presumably gone? Oh, they're not even gone. Then I can definitely do a lot. So I actually want to delay the town founding, possibly. Just so I can see how much, how much stuff do I have to build to win on network size? Is the relevant question here. Who are we waiting on for this action? Okay, yeah, we did see the coral reef placement. No shocker. Mermaids Probably just building a dwelling to end the game. There's no other spot I can drop a trading camp, though, that's gonna actually do anything useful for me. Yeah, Mermaids only has need of one priest to break this tie. I guess they can try and move up on engineers here. Wouldn't I love to see everyone wasting priests on Earth Cult? Okay. There's no plausible location where the trading camp will get to do anything else, so now is the time to drop it. Like, there's so few places I can put it. Yikes. So, for those who weren't aware, which I suspect includes Lexabyte, but possibly other viewers, the Nomads trading camp has kind of a weird ability on it. The power is that whenever someone does anything next to it that could let you gain power, normally you have two options. You can decline, or you can take power in exchange for points. The trading camp gives you a third option, which is to spend no points and gain no power, but take 1 coin. You can think of this as making your declines 1 coin better. Which, you know, we're happy to milk it if we can. If it gains us any money here at all, we'll call it a win. We also definitely don't want to be paying out points for anything at this stage. Interesting. Digging from engineers over there. Okay. I guess that does give them 2 hexes, right? They get to build both of these. And they're just endeavoring to win on network size, which they may do because unfortunately, we'll have way less cost worth of buildings on our mat than anyone else. But we won't actually have less in absolute count of them. Still have a dwelling to put down here as our next move. We can just, there's no race on these cults. Air 3 would be the favor we might want to race on cults, but it's already gone. We're certainly not going to take Air 2 just to tie. That's pretty weak. So Alchemists can end by building this for 2 points, but it's actually only 1 point because they lost a point's worth of final scoring resources to do it. That's probably the end of their turn though. Which will mean that the Alchemists, in fact, did not connect. So we got Alchemists beat on network no matter what. They'll be getting last. I think we can beat the Mermaids. They don't have that many resources. And they have a lot on this mat here. It's just a race between us and engineers for network size. Yeah, Lexabyte, what? Oh. Alchemist gloomy shop down here because they can. Okay, fine. It doesn't do anything. In fact, it's worth 2 fewer points than them building this. Also, huzzah! I got a coin from my trading camp. I feel like a boss bitch. I'm gonna go ahead and ensure that I have access to this. I mean, no one was taking it away, but whatever. Yeah, I got paid. Feels good. Feels so good. It's possible I get paid again. The Mermaids can still... No, they can't. Engineers could, like, upgrade a trading post here, but they never would when they could pick so many spots that aren't adjacent to a trading camp. Okay, so I just got paid one time, but that's already a win. I would have gotten half a coin if I had a dwelling here, but I had a trading camp. Also, I don't even have resources to put a dwelling there, so it's kind of immaterial. Engineers and I still both hit four buildings on the mat. Unfortunately, I have to throw a lot of my resources into grabbing this. Okay. Also sucks that mermaids and engineers get extra points when they pass from their bonus tiles, and I don't. It puts me a lot in the hole. I'm just gonna have to hope that these banked priests are enough. Okay, there's no particular race to found the town, I don't think. Let's see, if I build Sanctuary, take Fire 2, then how do I set myself up? I'm gonna have... I'll have 2 workers left and 9 coins. And then the workers would ideally be used for dwellings. Probably can't upgrade a trading post to trigger my Water 1 favor. I'll just be short workers for that. I guess it's fine to do because we know that there's no mix-up. There's no other favor in question here that might be more useful. Well, is that even true? It might not be. Yeah, we can just kind of wait and see how other people play, because no one has enough stuff left to block any of the plays that we care about. So, the waiting move I'm gonna make, because we always knew I had to make it, was, taking some shipping. Okay, engineers went up on exchange track, I guess just for 6 points. Sure, that seems reasonable. I guess that means the engineers are, done. With 4 buildings on the map, we are gonna beat them. Okay. We've won network, and we've won the most cult points, and we just have to hope that that's good enough. Probably is, because we have 16 incoming when we found a town on the next move. Actually, we don't even have to found the town on the next move, because our best next move is clearly taking away this hex, just so that we avoid having to upgrade shipping. Alright, and also so that we win on network size. That's definitely a perk, too. Yes, Lexavite, I had noted that earlier. Bumping 1 on every cult was insane power, but it's not gonna happen. Alright, people passing their spots in. Engineers probably just passing right after us. They certainly lack the capability to dig this, or to found the town, so... Do we actually give them the capability to do anything if we build here? No, we don't. Because they don't have dwellings or trading posts to build. So if we built here, and then he accepted 3 power, he would be at 1 in this bowl, 5 here. And that only spins up to 3 coins, so it's still not a temple. Okay, so yeah, we'll just like wait and make people pass out into their spots, I guess. Or actually... if we were to... How much power do we have to take to be able to gain 1 extra worker? Because then I could go trading post plus the sanctuary and not worry about having access to fire 2. And then I would trigger my water 1 favor 1 more time too. But I would still have to build this dwelling or it wouldn't work. So I guess the way to do that, I could use a priest as a worker, but I don't want to. I want to poach a point off of the alchemists on the water cult and take 2 power in so doing. So, Or I could move into a winning position on air if I take air 2 and use a priest. That's the largest swing possible. Can I make that happen? That would take 9 coins for the TP upgrade plus sanctuary upgrade. And then I still have to build the dwelling. And that does beat engineers on network. Okay. Yeah, so I have enough coins for all of that. The problem is that it's 7 workers and I have 6, and it reserves the priest to use on the air cult. So I don't think there's any way to make that happen. Unless the founding of the town gave power. But that can't happen unless we take this crummy thing. Yeah, soul aids, I that's what I'm calcing out right now to see if I can actually make it work, but I think I come up short a worker unless I use my priest as a worker. But if I take that line, then I would need to grab this priest to actually win on air. So it winds up being plus 4 points. Yeah, this is the better line. Okay. So I guess I will happily do that. Yes, exactly. Founding the town that gives me the priest is worth the loss of 2 points. Exactly. You all have figured it out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get up there. Wait a minute. Does this work? Crumb, it might not. Because I actually need 2 priests, right? I need to upgrade the trading. Yeah, this is no good. It's short. I'm sorry, chat. It's over. Yeah, because the problem is that it only hits the top. Oh, shit. I didn't realize it was waiting on me for conversions. Okay, well, I gotta snap play these last moves. Definitely need to build here. And, like, anything else I should do, I should advance on this for a point, and then I think that's the end. I know I have enough on this line to actually make the trading post upgrade as the final move, but it's not actually it's not doable because of the sequencing is the problem. I have one on network. So this is just the most efficient way to cache resources as the last move. Oh no, crap. Maybe I miscounted again. I don't even know. I'm not certain at this point. I think it might have been possible, but I'm not. Yeah, it was. But I ran out of time trying to count it up. That's pretty feels bad. Sorry, chat, this could have been better. I would have won by more. The good news is we still won. Not by tons and tons, though. We only won by 5 points, as I count it. We would have won by a few more. Alright, that's the second time I've played Nomads on stream, and the first time it's gone well. But the previous time was, of course, against Zoros. For those who want to watch the video, it's still on my profile. Okay. We're at least ending the day higher than we started it. We received more points for this win than we lost for having people cancel a game before game start. So that's kind of okay. Making the comeback. Unfortunately, I do not have time for another game right now. I wish I did, but I promised my roommates I would do something with them at 8:30, and there's no way Terra Mystica is wrapping up inside 30 minutes. Yeah, hooray! We did it. I feel so bad about having soul aids even counted out for me that I had the means to do trading posts first and then finish out with ahead on the air cult, and then I still, I counted it twice, and the first time I counted it and he was right, and the second time I counted it and he was wrong, and then the third time I counted it was after I'd run out of time, so I just had to click a move and he was right. So very sorry, soul aids, you did have the better line. If I'd had an extra 10 seconds, I would have taken it. But I ran out of time thinking. That's pretty feel bad. Oh well. Soul aids, it had to be Air 2, not Air 1, because I already had an Air 1 favorite, actually. It's impossible to take a second one. And the reason for Air 2 is solely so I can win the cult. Air 3 not possible anymore, already claimed by the alchemists. Yeah. Yep, oh well. So, since I ran out of time, I just clicked the safe line, because I knew I was winning it at that point. I had network on lock and the cults, and wasn't winding up very far down before final scoring, so that worked out. Sorry to cut the stream off after just the one game, but my next stream on Saturday afternoon, it should be pretty long. Hopefully we can play 3 games then. That's usually what's wound up happening on Saturdays in recent memory. So, yeah, you can see the time of the stream listed down if you scroll down. Consider following if you enjoy Terra Mystica content. And other than that, see you. Thanks for watching.